The initial feeling of going into the dam, going into a federally protected area, having the confidence of the feds, the cooperation of the sheriffs, all the law enforcement involved, just from, what started out as a small YouTube channel, just, cleaning up the environment, and what it's become now, and just being a part of, all the steps along the way. It's incredibly amazing to see how far this has gone. So many people are here and involved. It's just amazing what this has become. In the last 15 months, we've solved 10 missing persons cases. This is getting big, and we're doing big things. I'm just blessed to be a part of it. Operation. Almost.
I think he knows who we are. Morning.
Hello, guys.
Good. How are you?
So I don't know if Chris contacted you, the barrier along there.
Yep.
So normally there's just a clevis and a pin that goes, but with the water so low, you can see that very south point is angled up.
Yep.
So it's under pressure.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to take some bolts off, basically one of the middle pieces, to get it to separate so we can get through there.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and bring all this together now that you've shown up, and really do more of an introduction to the entire day and how this even got started. Was Sarah herself, and she reached out to me and she says, "Hey, have you heard about this case?" And then let's just kind of talk about how this entire thing started to unfold from here.
So I'm a biological anthropology student at Colorado State University. So I usually focus on unidentified remains, but through that I've also become a missing persons advocate. So I was going through Charlie Project and NamUs, kind of looking for disappearances in close proximity to water. And I saw this one, checked out the dam on Google Earth, and sent it over to Jared and the team, and thought it might look good, and they agreed. So
yeah, and I had never heard about this one before, and so then I reached out to Mike because I knew that Mike was in this. This is back area, so 40 minutes from Ogden, where you've spent most of your years as an officer, and you reached out to the current sheriff as well that we met this morning, and he also said that he's never heard of this case because it's 35 years old, and then that's when we were able to get in contact with you. And you really kind of had some more information for us to here's when they went missing. And so if you can I haven't really brought the entire audience into any of this yet, so if you don't mind telling us about your brother at the time, and you were 7 at the time, and just kind of let it unfold from there for everybody.
The day that they left, it was just us kids at the house, and so Lloyd decided that he was going to go to East Canyon with some friends. He was getting ready to leave. I was crying, begging him not to go. Friends that were there at the house were begging him not to go. I don't know, something just didn't sit well. Nobody wanted him to go. And he told me, he says, "Thunder, I promise." He's like, "I'm going to be back." He's like, "I will be back in a little bit." He's like, "Just be good, stay out of everybody's way." He's like, "Just go play in your room, go play with David, and before you know it, I'll be back." And he never came back.
And you're 7 at the time. Can I ask how this has affected you over the years?
So after he didn't come back, I tried reporting him missing because my mom wasn't doing it. My mom just kept saying, "Oh, he's out being a kid, partying, he'll be back." And so I tried reporting him a couple times, and the police kept telling me I was too young, that I need to have my parents call. But I knew my mom wasn't going to call. And so growing up, I struggled with it. I had a really hard time because my mom didn't do nothing. And every time the police would get a hold of me and they'd be like, "Oh, we're gonna relook at the case," it was just like opening an old wound, because they would come, they would talk to us, and then nothing would come of it.
David was the one that was driving.
Mm-hmm.
And so how did that, what is that relationship? Your brother's 14, he's 21.
Right.
How does that relationship come into play as to how he ended up in the vehicle with David?
So I think that Perry was David's brother. And I think that Perry was friends with my older brother Wayne.
Okay.
And that's how that friendship became about.
Well, whenever we come in and we take on a case, one is, we never take on anything that we know right out of the gate is foul play. We don't suspect foul play on this one at all. We just, I view this as, back in the day I was a Utah boy, myself, or just a teenage boy in general. So whether, I was 14 or I was the 21-year-old, we just went out to have a good time. With that one, we're looking at, what are the potential locations that this could be an accident? especially late at night. We have a highway, or not, it's not even a highway, you know, it's a windy road with 90-degree corners up here at this lake. And so I'm viewing this as a straight up accident. We're going to check out all the locations, every body of water next to any roadways. But you know, the first one I really want to get in on is that one over there by the dam. I mean, it's a straight 90. In fact, Doug was talking to the sheriff earlier. You know, the guardrail didn't used to be there. Most of these guardrails weren't there 35 years ago.
Right.
So we're gonna do everything we can. You know, we brought some incredible sonar technology today.
Right.
Anyway, we're here for you today, and we're gonna do everything we can to identify every vehicle that's in here. And the good thing is we're also divers, so the moment that we identify it, we're going to mark it, we're going to dive on it, and we will have answers today on anything that we identify.
Awesome. Thank you.
So, anything else you need from us? We got a good group here today, and we're all volunteers, so there's no financial burden on your family, and we're going to do everything we can for you.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah. What's going on? Good to meet you. Hey, you too. Thanks for coming out and helping. If you guys don't know who this is, they have like some show on TV. I don't know what's it called.
Do we? I don't know.
I don't know. Like Diesel
Sisters or something?
Yeah,
Cupcake Brothers?
Cupcake Brothers. Right here. Cupcake Kings.
At the end of the day, many of you have been saying, you know, it would be really good if AWP could meet up with Diesel Brothers and Heavy D and all them and do something good in the world. And that's just what I love, is that you and I are both in a position in our lives right now to come out here and do something good. I mean, a mission to serve.
Do we live for this? And it's in our own backyard. Like the fact that you reached out and this was literally in our own backyard, come on, doesn't get better than this.
Yeah.
So we're stoked. Obviously, this recovery has more meaning to it than most of our recoveries, if and when we find what we're looking for.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't believe like the excitement, the buzz about my team. Like we love pulling out stuff, but when it comes to something like this, everyone's been like, what day is it? What day? When we got pushed back, they're like, oh, come on. Like people are stoked.
Yeah, well, hey, thanks for being out here, volunteering your time and your boat. And are you hanging out for the day with us today?
We'll see how it goes. We're happy to hang along. I want to get as much footage today as we can, showing your process, because it's all be unique and cool. And everyone's wondering why a private, entity is doing this as opposed to government stuff. So that's something I'd like to explain. You guys obviously have resources and know-how that other people don't. So we want to show that.
Well, perfect. We're here to collaborate as much as we can. So whatever you need from us, let us know, and whatever we need from you,
perfect.
We're gonna tap you. Thank you for everybody for showing up today. We've got so many people who have come out to help out. I just want to kind of give a quick rundown morning meeting and the way that things are going to go for the next phase for the next couple of hours. Today we've got our regular sonar boats that we've got set up, the inflatables. Sam and I are going to be on our main 14-foot boat. We've got Doug is going to be running sonar on the second one. Really, we're going to be running sonar from this location over to the dam, checking some of the roadways. Really what we're looking for is more of the contour to see how deep it is and come up with a game plan for later on, because over here we've got our tow fish. What this is pretty much it's a rocket that drops down into the water on a big tether line. Our goal is to drop it down within 10 to 15 feet off the bottom because it gives us a nice good sonar reading. Once we identify something on sonar, if it's over 50 feet deep, if it's less than 50 feet deep, we'll normally be able to use our live scope and drop anchors down and latch onto it just with our regular sonar. However, if it's deeper than 50 feet, then we're running the tow fish, and because we're dropping something down that deep, we may not get as close as we want to it. So then we drop down just kind of a makeshift target here that we're able to have attached to our lines to a buoy up above. We then pass by the beginning sonar and see how far it is off of our target. So because of that, we're going to be able to touch it to our target, go down, and now Sam and I are not wondering. We're able to quickly identify, make the most use of our bottom time, especially the deeper the water is and your elevation, it changes your dive tables.
Water's breaking in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here you go. Doug, you ready? Yeah. Let's go do it.
Did you get something? Doug might have found something.
Sure looks like a car. 94 feet deep.
Okay.
Looks like it's buried. I mean, you can tell it's been there for a while.
Okay.
I found a car. I found a blue car.
Come here. Come here. That's all I found on this ledge. You did? Okay, cool. So I found this right here on the ledge coming down. I don't know if that's a match. Jared says he got one. Where's Jared now?
So you found a different car than me, because there was no silk picked up on the car that I was on.
Correct. So no car, just the hub.
Mike, can you grab that bow line?
Oh, a hub only.
Hub only.
No car.
No car. What did you see?
Not an entire car. It's blue.
We're looking for, we're not looking for blue, are we?
Looking for a brown car, evidently.
Check the check inside.
I reached inside. I was able to pull a car mat out, but I was not able to. I was getting low on air, and I don't have thermals on.
I'll bring it over later.
So I need to get out.
You marked, or is it marked? Do you have an idea where you're at?
I have an idea. I just went straight down. It's at 92 feet.
92 feet.
I went down to 115.
Right in the middle of the cave. No, I don't know that too.
I got 8.
Yeah, really? That's all we have. It's just a whole car in there. Because it's at 90 plus feet and we want to utilize the best of our air, we have that solid line that is currently attached to that B pillar. So really what we're looking at is over here, we've got the bank that comes down, and then we're going to call this our water line here. And then the moment that we drop into the water here, it kind of comes down about 25 feet right here, and then it drops down to, so we're at 25 feet, and this drops down to a 45 to 50 foot. And then from there, it kind of comes out a little bit, and then it drops down again, pretty much to an 80-foot drop. And the vehicle's down here at 92 feet. The deeper we dive, the less bottom time we have, the more decompression and safety stops we have to do on the way up. But because we already have this solid line around the B pillar, we can go down, and we're going to just tie a loop at 30 feet. That way, we really have no decompression. If we need to pop, we can pop. And we're going to put 1, maybe 2 bags on there. So we're going to do two lifts today, a 2-stage lift. So at 30 feet, we're going to do 1 bag below, and it's a money shot. And then once those are floating, now we only have to go down to 60 feet. But now the vehicle is floating on its side. Now I can do whatever I want to with those bottom axles and attach to those. Whether we want to level it up, or we want to pull it forward, backwards, we'll decide that at that moment in time. But it's an easy lift at that point. But it's a little bit of a time. It is still a challenge for us. The biggest thing is it's going to take 6,000 pounds of lift, 9,000 pounds. We don't know. Good news is we got plenty of tanks, plenty of bags. We're gonna make this happen. A stage lift. This is going to be the deepest one that we have ever done, and we've done a stage lift before over there at Milwaukee, but never this deep. So I think that as long as we can get that to break free with all that silt and the weight that's in there, and we can get it to pop, the backs to pop to the surface, now we're only at 60 feet and it'll be an easy pull from there.
This Forerunner is fairly decent. I mean, within 10 or 15 years old, being in here, the probability of somebody being in it is pretty high.
I barely put like maybe 3 seconds of air in and everything moved.
Yeah, all right. Dang, I almost had it or something.
So there's no cards outside?
Pull it all out. Let's see what happens.
That's a door.
Got a door. There we go. Wow. Look at a piece of my face.
Yeah, it was just rotten.
Chain, look.
So after running sonar and searching the area, we found actually a Forerunner. It was the only vehicle that was on sonar that we could locate. So it's not the vehicle in question that we were looking for, but this one could hold the answers to something else.
He's making me nervous. Yes and no on something for him.
What's going on?
Okay, so the car is right here. So yeah, it's high centered.
Okay. So Sam, can you see if you can get at least 2 of these bags off for me?
Yes.
18 times the charms, guy.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, we're good. We got her!
So will the open bottom bags sometimes come up and dump all their air?
Whoa, there it is.
It looked like it for a second.
Oh, look at all the silt that came out of it.
So that thing's gonna float over there. So we can
Where is over here?
Yeah, we will see this thing.
over there.
Jared's there.
Yeah, so it looks like Jared's on a safety stop right now. We've been going deep at depth all day, so it's really important to get those safety stops. We have the car floating right here, so as soon as we get the signal from Jared, we're gonna start moving this thing. It's floating in a good position, so we're not too worried about losing it. So yeah, we're looking real good right now.
Good. There you go. Good. Good job, Jared. What a pro.
The car is like up higher than 20 feet, so we're going to be able to pull that thing all the way back.
Okay.
All downhill from here.
Sweet.
Absolutely.
Is there really a cable down there we're caught on?
I don't know. I can barely make out that there's a car there.
So see my chest, the grill is right by my shed.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah, so I was going
6 feet? 6 feet? 4 feet?
3.5.
Carabiner on it.
It's coming up right underneath you guys. Yeah.
Nice.
Hey-o.
Where's my line?
We don't got eyes on Jared yet.
Where's Sniper? Where's Jared? Over there. Hold tight. I want to lift up. Got it. Made it.
We definitely had to work for this one, but we finally got her. This is outstanding. I can't wait to get this thing on that flatbed. It feels so good. This thing was kicking our butt. We persisted and we got her. Heck yeah.
Yeah, super heavy. How heavy? At least 15,000 pounds. At least. This is tough. This is the toughest one we've ever done. We've never done one at this depth, this many world-class dives. Nothing has ever been done like this. Ever.
Yeah, Jared's back close to the gate right now with his dad. He'll be catching up soon. We're just getting this thing to that ramp right now. Man, it feels good
We don't know where Mike's going, but it's definitely been a long 2 days, and today was the biggest struggle of all. You guys have seen all the struggles. Dave and Dave, I almost gave up. I mean, like, it really did become a safety issue.
Yeah, but you saw the look on my face when you said something.
I did. You're like, you know.
Okay, go home then. We'll
yeah,
see.
it's like,
oh,
so dejected, so dejected.
Yeah. We weren't going home. No. We would still be over by the cliff with our record trying to get it up. So.
But you know, none of this could have been possible without, first of all, you know, Mike from Profiling Evil helping to set this up, and everybody else that came out to volunteer. I don't know how your shoots normally go, but I mean, we end up with, like, we put the word out, the volunteers are there.
Yeah.
But it's also difficult because, you know, as we want to include the world, it's difficult because, you know, we just kind of know what needs to be done. And this is a rarity where everybody's here. So thank you, everybody, for coming out.
Thanks, everybody.
With us. Thank you to Dave and Dave from Diesel Brothers.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
And also for really, you know, putting it to me like, you're not quitting, you're not going to stop. You're going to make sure that this one comes out of the water today because we got things to do tomorrow. Plus our permits expired today.
Yeah, we got it right in the nick of time.
Our permits were expired, and you know what? We got to shout out the sheriff because he made an emergency run, and they went down to the fire station, got more air, and that pushed us over
Morgon
the
County
top.
Sheriff stepped up.
Thank you so much. Morgan County not stepped up, I think we would have been in trouble.
Yeah, big shout out to them. Also, for shout outs, make sure that there's a link down below. Make sure you check out Profiling Evil. If you don't know these guys, check out their show. You guys are still like filming, right?
Yeah, filming a new season right now.
Yeah, so they have a new season on Discovery.
Yep, coming out this
And
fall.
then also, this guy just celebrated 1 million subscribers.
Yay! 1 million!
So be sure to check out his YouTube series as well if you've not yet seen it. We're out there doing some wild, crazy stuff and making a difference in the world. So I think we're going to start hanging out a lot more.
I agree.
We're in
Looking forward to it.
On that note, thanks for being here. We'll see you next time. Later. Bye-bye.